Hello, everybody. I hope everyone can hear me. Okay, great.
Yeah, please.
Well, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. I know people have joined from all over the world. Welcome. On behalf of Gender and Equity Network South Asia, GENSA, I welcome all of you to this launch. My name is Sonal Zaveri, and I am the Vice President of the Community of Evaluators South Asia and the coordinator of GENSA. The Community of Evaluators South Asia is an evaluation network at the regional level, and it spans various countries. It spans Afghanistan, Pakistan, Bhutan, Bangladesh, Nepal, India, Sri Lanka, and hopefully soon Maldives as well. I'm very, very pleased to inform you that as of today, we have 144 members. And we are really excited to share all the wonderful activities that we have planned for this launch. So let's begin. Next slide, please. GENSA is a special interest group of the Community of Evaluators South Asia, and it intends to promote an equity and gender lens in all evaluations. And it's specifically for, by, and with South Asians. And we hope sincerely that through GENSA, we from the Global South will be able to contribute both theory and practice to the global evaluation agenda. For this launch, next slide, please. For this launch, a core group of volunteers has been working around the clock. And you can see their names and their faces on this slide. You can see Srijit, Kriti, Tapaswini, Alpakshi, you can see Vijita, and Neha. So they have been working round the clock, and they'll be presenting the findings from our membership survey, a strategic plan, as well as a work plan later in the launch. We welcome volunteers from all the GENSA membership to join the task forces as well as the core group. And we strongly seek diverse membership from all countries in the region. In the chat box, you will see the GENSA email. Please write your name, your country, which area you would like to work on, and how you would like to do so. We will get in touch with you. Everybody in GENSA works in teams, and we welcome you. Some housekeeping. Please continue to check your chat box for more details. Kindly also place your queries in the chat box, and we will do our very best to answer them. I will now like to, the queries in the Q&A box, and we'll do our best to answer them. I would now request Mr. Ganpatiji Oja, the chairperson of COE South Asia, to welcome us. Over to you, Ganpatiji.
Thank you, Sonalji. Hello, everyone. Namaste. Let me first welcome you all in this very important event for your solidarity in the launching of GENSA. As Sonal just told you, GENSA is a special group of the Community of Evaluators South Asia. It is the network of individuals and also the network of organizations committed to address issues and concerns of both. I'm telling the both, gender and equity through evaluative perspective. If we go through the literature, we have a good amount of knowledge about gender. Also, we have some knowledge on equity, but they are largely moving in silo. For the transformative change, they need to move together. It is very recently that the importance of gender and equity for transformation has been recognized. As a new thing, very little is done so far, not only regionally, but also globally. For this, some strategic thinking and actions are necessary. This concept is now moving around the globe. However, the world is not uniform. The gender and equity issues are different from place to place. As you know, South Asia is a home of various cultures, languages, ethnicities, and caste. This level of variation is hard to get in other regions. Therefore, the knowledge developed in other regions is not necessarily appropriate to our region. When we have greater level of diversities, we have greater chances of leaving a large number of people behind in the development as well. This causes us to develop knowledge in our own context, keeping in view that no one is left behind. Based on the knowledge developed in our own context, we need to develop evaluation approaches and strategies to contribute to transformative change for all, again, leaving no one behind. This is for this purpose the GENSA is created. I am glad that you have recognized the importance of gender and equity for transformative change and joined hands with each other through GENSA platform. I encourage you to make the use of this platform forever. We have regional platform this moment. You may also find useful of forming the national platform in future. GENSA would be happy to support you in the formation of national network as well. I welcome you again in this GENSA launch on behalf of Community of Evaluators South Asia, and thank you again for your solidarity. Enjoy this evening from where you are. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ganpati ji, for your warm welcome. We are also extremely happy to note that there are VOPE leaders from our region who are present at the launch. Many of you are board members. Kindly put your name and your designation into the chat box. We are very honored by your presence. May I now request Shamima Yasmin from Bangladesh. She is a gender specialist to say a few words. Over to you, Shamima. Shamima?
Are you listening to me? Is it okay?
Very fine, thank you. Please go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Welcome. It's my pleasure to join the Gender Equity Network South Asia launching ceremony. And I wish you all the greetings from Bangladesh, Dhaka. And I'm Shamima Yasmin. I'm working on gender issues. I'm a bit a gender practitioner, you can say, and also work with the child development issue. And I congratulate all of you from all corners of the world who are joining in this dancing ceremony, GENSA. And I wish that GENSA will just bring us together to work together. And by this launching ceremony, I would like to consensus with this agenda that GENSA has provided to us, that how we can contribute as a VOP representative to gender and equity issue for the GENSA network. So I believe that in the basis of the cross-cultural evaluation initiative on gender transformative and equity issues, we can contribute to knowledge sharing by sharing like different case studies or stories to find the innovative practices, because as Ganapati sir says that we have a very different culture in South Asia. So we hope that we can bring a good network, build a good network through participating through dialects or participating in different capacity building initiatives, or interacting and participating with some like ceremony or workshops like this. And also we can we can contribute by sharing that expertise that we have recovered in this field to work in the gender issue in a transformative lens, and utilizing and analyzing the equity issue perspective. So I think the 1 minute we everybody has allocated. So I think through this network we can exchange our knowledge, and we can build our network towards a goal of gender equity in a transformative lens for our evaluation work. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And Shamima, those are very kind words. May I now request Sushila Chatterjee Nepali. She's the treasurer from COE Nepal to say a few words.
Thank you, Sonal, and greetings from COE Nepal. On behalf of COE Nepal, I would like to say a few words, what we have been doing and what we believe that gender and equity has been GENSA can work together. I would like to say, like, starting with respected chair, delegates, and participants, we believe that gender equality, equity has been in the development arena to ensure that everyone has an option to survive. That's what we believe in, and to develop and reach their full potential without discrimination, bias, or favoritism. But there is an impact of indicators regarding gender and equity, either exclusively gender focused, highlighting relationship between men and women, or equity focused, highlighting the deprived groups. Though Nepal has substantially progressed in ensuring equality and inclusiveness in the development sector, we see COE Nepal has observed that there has been a gender and social inclusive disparity for equality and equity, which has not been measured as part of the evaluation or monitoring. So COE Nepal has played an instrumental role, especially during last year and year before, with the National Planning Commission to draft the bill, M&E bill, which has been an instrumental role in promoting gender sensitive evaluation methodologies, indicators through National Evaluation Bill. And we have worked with the VOPEs, universities, UN agencies, and different Central Bureau of Statistics to draft this bill and come out of it. The challenge has thus far been awareness, what we have observed with COE and our concerned partners, the capacities, the commitments, inadequate SDG appropriate monitoring indicators, which we believe can be addressed through this wider collaboration through GENSA. COE believes that no gender and evaluation is to view the evaluation through the lens of gender equity. Therefore, we want to ensure that gender needs, realities, and issues in Nepal are consistently and specifically being considered at the stage of the evaluation. So we hope to work in partnership in this context, especially making gender evaluation as a part of the tool and contribute to GENSA. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. And thank you for those kind words. May I now request Punsho Choden, who is the chairperson of the Evaluation Association of Bhutan, to say a few words.
Hello. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, very
Yes, yes.
Okay. Hello, let me begin with this statement here. An evaluation without a gender sensitivity and inclusivity principle has no meaning. Likewise, an evaluator without the knowledge of gender sensitivity and inclusivity does not become a complete evaluator. With this, I would like to start with the greetings from Bhutan, and my name is Punsho Choden, and I'm currently the chair of the Evaluation Association of Bhutan. And on behalf of the association, and I would like to congratulate Dr. Sonal and the community of evaluators South Asia for launching this platform. And as this network promotes, I believe that gender sensitivity and equity are the cornerstone for development evaluation, because they are the tools. These are the tools that helps us to bring out the real picture of the situation. And Evaluation Association of Bhutan, as a BOPE, prepares to have its foot firmly placed on the vision of culturally responsive and local wisdom-based evaluation. And we believe that culturally responsive evaluation, being very inclusive and sensitive to all aspects of all society. So we believe that these are the crucial tools that needs to be promoted by all VOPs. And we believe that it is the method for evaluation to reach the goal that ensures that no one is left behind. So we are progressing in stabilizing an evaluation system that benefits everyone. And this is our contribution to the larger community society, larger communities of evaluation. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Punsho. Thank you for the encouraging words from the VOPE leaders from our region. We extremely value your presence today and your encouraging words. I would now like to invite two of our volunteers to inform us about our current membership base. Over to Neha and Vijita.
Thank you so much, Dr. Zaveri. Welcome all once again. It makes us really happy to see such a wonderful turnout at this launch event. No, so first we'll go for the, first we'll go for the poll. Should we do the quick poll first? Yeah. Yeah, so can we please have the poll question up? Right, thank you so much for that. So please take a moment to answer this question. What is your current state of mind? We just want to know how you all are doing. That's it. So are you feeling happy, excited, looking forward, worried, bored? Just a quick moment to answer that, please. Has everyone taken the poll? Can we see the results?
No, I could not tick mark. Why it's not working?
No problem, sir. Actually, the host and panelists, I think, cannot vote. So maybe that is the reason. No problem. You are one of the panelists. Wow. Okay. That makes us really feel wonderful that most of you are actually looking forward and are feeling happy and excited, just like us. And okay, so nobody is worried and bored. That's great. That's a super great beginning for us. Thank you so much for that. Okay, so moving on, my friend Neha and I will now share some of the key highlights from our current membership base. As shared by Dr. Zaveri earlier, we already have a base of 144 members from 7 countries. And that, of course, is extremely encouraging. So we want to understand, rather share with you who these members are and what this means to us. Over to you, Neha.
Good evening, everyone. So thanks, Vijita. With regard to the gender-wise breakup of members, we have more women than male members, and majority of the members are mid-career professionals. In terms of the membership base of the network, India accounts for more than 83% of the members, while the remaining are from South Asian countries. Thus, we need to work closely to increase the participation from other countries to make this network more inclusive. We have a large pool of highly educated professionals join this network, where more than 30% have completed their doctorate and more than 55 hold a master's degree. In terms of employment, majority of our members are permanently employed, while several others work as consultants in research organizations and think tanks. 80% members have medium to high valuation experience, while more than 50% of our membership base is primarily engaged in evaluation roles. Exposure to feminist evaluation, however, remains limited. Over to you, Bijita.
Thanks, Neha. Thank you so much for that. Next slide, please. Yeah. So in terms of formal training in M&E, we have a good mix of members where a substantial number are formally trained through workshops and have had some kind of formal training in evaluation, while a good number have received on-the-job training. Hence, we can confidently say that we have a great pool of those who can contribute through sharing their learnings and experiences, as well as those who will be willing to learn. Next slide, please. Thank you. So what are some of the implications of all this for GENSA? So firstly, of course, our membership as it stands now is mostly females, and we would like to change that, making it more inclusive. So we invite membership from all genders. Then again, we invite more and more members to join from other South Asian countries to have a variety of experiences and voices just beyond India. So I request all the participants from other South Asian countries present here today with us to spread the word. We are extremely proud of the membership's rich experience in evaluation, as well as focus on gender and human rights issues. And the GENSA platform plans to host a number of events that you will learn about later during this launch. So I just want to sum up by saying that we already have a wonderful and rich membership base, and we can see lots of opportunities for everyone going forward. We are hopeful about taking up relevant evaluation topics and themes and making this space meaningful for all its members. So I'll just quickly end by saying that we encourage more and more participation, so do spread the word. Thank you. Over to Sonal.
Thank you very much. And thank you for that very comprehensive overview of our membership. We have a great mix of both young and veterans in the evaluation space. And I think that provides a lot of energy, both for young emerging evaluators, as well as for us to learn from some of the experiences of researchers, evaluators in the region. And we are really looking forward to add substance to our network. I wanted to now go ahead and start to introduce Sylvia, but I think she's having a little bit of a problem in connecting. So may I just go ahead and play the video message from Marco Sigone, and we'll wait for Sylvia to connect. So could you please play that message? Marco Sigone is the director of the evaluation office at UNFPA, and he has held various positions in the UN in terms of evaluation. He was the chair of the UNEG group, which is a network of evaluation offices of 46 UN agencies. And he was the co-founder and co-chair of Eval Partners, the global partnership for national evaluation capacities, as well as Eval Gender Plus. So let's hear the message from Marco.
The COVID-19 pandemic has disrupted the progress towards the SDGs. As the world recovers from COVID-19, the pandemic is accelerating long-standing social and economic inequalities around the world, exposing deep-seated marginalization of women and girls and other vulnerable groups. Let's step up actions where it matters the most. This is why, in response to the UN Secretary-General call for an urgent and ambitious decade of action to achieve the SDGs, UNFPA Evaluation Office, EvaLUES, and the Global Parliamentarian Forum for Evaluation have launched the Decade of Evaluation for Action, also known as the Eval for Action campaign, to which 90 organizations and networks from all over the world already join. Equity-focused and gender-responsive evaluations are a transformative pathway for sustainable development as they show what works for whom, why, under what circumstances, to leave no one behind. In this context, I welcome the establishment and launch of the Gender and Equity Network South Asia. to build a more equitable and inclusive world, to rebuild better and stronger post-COVID-19, we need to put a stronger focus on equity focus and gender-responsive evaluation and its use. I wish the Gender and Equity Network South Asia all the best, as it mobilizes partners to strengthen capacities for equity and gender focus in evaluation in the Global South.
That was a wonderful, very encouraging words coming from Marco Sigone. While we wait for Sylvia, we will continue with our next activity. And let's take a closer look at what GENSA stands for, its vision, mission, and strategies. These are still in draft form, and we would like our membership to contribute and give suggestions. Please write to our Gender Network Gmail ID, and we will be happy to incorporate your comments. May I now invite Kriti and Tapaswini to share the slides related to our vision, mission, and strategies.
Hello everyone, Kriti and I are now going to walk you through GENSA's strategic plan. This is to give you an idea of what exactly GENSA envisions and how the network is going to go about achieving this vision. As mentioned earlier by Dr. Zaveri, GENSA is a special interest group of COE South Asia. Thus, we have adopted COE South Asia's vision of evaluation for a just and equitable society. For us, this means working towards mainstreaming gender and equity evaluations in the South Asian region. And thus, we have set our mission towards enhancing high quality evaluations and its use in South Asia through improved capacities, generating and sharing knowledge, and building networks. I now hand it over to Kriti.
Hi everyone. So we've just heard about GENSA's vision and mission. Let's look at the strategies the network is going to implement to achieve them. They are regional and global network development, knowledge generation, and capacity building towards gender responsive and equity focused evaluations. Through these strategies, we are looking to create a vibrant community amongst various gender responsive and equity focused regional BOPEs and enable collaborations between them and global gender and evaluation networks. We are also looking to become a one-stop source South Asia resource platform for regional and context-specific knowledge sharing and capacity building towards gender-responsive and equity-focused evaluations. To make all this possible, we are introducing the following initiatives. Having a regularly updated GENSA member directory that can be used for connecting with professionals within the network, developing a repository meant for easy access to relevant gender responsive and equity focused evaluation resources like documents, reports, and articles for South Asian contexts. Hosting discussion forums or platforms to enable knowledge sharing among members. We will further enable knowledge sharing through knowledge sharing and capacity building events. We will also be having active social media platforms that contribute to the discourse of gender and equity evaluations. We will also offer a resource platform for career advancement via the discussion forums. Thus, the various activities you can expect from the network are ongoing 30-minute skill building coffee breaks and expert lectures that will only be available to members, ongoing webinars that will be open to all, periodic meetings and conferences. We will also have ongoing discussions under 4 categories: GENSA Jobs and Opportunities, GENSA Events, GENSA Discussion, and GENSA What's Up. We will also have engagements with the public and members on our social media platforms. Next slide, please. Last but not the least, being evaluators, we have sought to measure the network success. We will do so on the following parameters. Increased demand for quality gender and equity planning and evaluation in South Asia, increased number of high quality evaluations, increased participation of GENSA members towards dialogue, increased membership representing all countries in the region, improved capacity for evaluations, and increased recognition of GENSA regionally and globally. So this is our strategic plan. I now hand over to Dr. Zaveri.
Thank you very much for a very comprehensive overview. Please continue to write in the chat box, and if you have any queries, please enter in the Q&A box. Now I am really excited to introduce our keynote speaker, Silvia Salinas Mulder from Bolivia, South America. She's a very dear friend. She's an illustrious evaluator. She's the president of IOCE, the International Organization for Cooperation in Evaluation, that anchors all the evaluation VOPEs globally, including our VOPE. She's also the chair of the Latin American regional network called RELAC. Previously, she headed the Bolivian Monitoring and Evaluation Network, and she has over 30 years of experience in evaluation and very passionate about transformative processes. You know, Bolivia is right now having a surge of COVID cases, and Silvia was not feeling too well. And so we are deeply appreciative of the fact that she has taken the time to be present for our keynote address. And she has graciously accepted our invitation. Over to you, Silvia.
Thank you very much, dear Sonal. I feel very honored and very excited to be here. I think your initiative is an inspiration for other networks, for other, collaborative efforts. And I feel very, very honored and very happy to be here and to be able to congratulate you all and wish you just all the best and lots of success and also enjoyment in this initiative. And also please share all what you do, and we will hopefully follow your path. So thank you also for your patience. In addition to my running to the lab this morning, I had some connection problems, but well, here I am to share with you some thoughts. And thank you also for helping me with the presentation. Well, the title I have for this presentation is Power Issues in Gender Responsive Evaluation. And well, you will see what I will share with you. It is versus gender transformative evaluation, of course. So this is first like a preamble. It is not a very new picture. Actually, it dates maybe 5 or over 5 years ago. But what I wanted to say is that what is important may be invisible to the eyes and to the evaluations. And well, since I would say 7 years ago, I have been reflecting a lot and thinking a lot about my personal also experience as practitioner in the field as Bolivian. And this is a picture in a rural area of Bolivia, where I was evaluating a program of women political empowerment. But when I saw this picture and what happened afterwards with this story, I thought that there was so much happening just when we were in a way posing for the picture. There was subordination, exclusion, machismo, discrimination, colonialism, patriarchy, inequality. All this was happening because I cannot deny the Bolivian history. I cannot deny the actual relationships. I cannot deny the colonial relations that persist in my country. I cannot deny that I represent a class in Bolivia. Whatever I do, whatever my intentions are, these are all the things going on there. And just to share maybe briefly what happened later and what made me makes me still reflect a lot is the lady was supposed to be interviewed. She didn't speak any word of Spanish, and we didn't speak any word of Quechua, which was her indigenous language. The husband who was taking the notes, and he had also a computer, and the camera actually was his. He then became a very prominent entrepreneur. He was not only the community leader, but then he contacted me. Then he organized all the women to produce for him. And actually, he was the one who said that he was going to answer or respond to our question in his wife's name. So there were a lot of things that going on, and a lot of reflections that came to me even, and I'm still reflecting on those issues. So I just wanted to share this picture and to make us aware that many things happen because relations are not explicit and power is not explicit. It is intersected with everything. Yes, please go to the next. And I think it is also important because I think we are all advocates for a transformative approach to evaluation. And I found this slide interesting when it compares change versus transformation, mentioning that change in a way fixes the past while transformation creates a future. So I think this is an interesting idea. And now we are talking about transformational change also. Sometimes we use that combination. But I think beyond words, I think it is the substance that we have to think, to reflect on. And that is what I'm trying to bring some ideas to you in this presentation. Next, please. And this is probably known just to be on the same, let's say, channel, or known to all or most of us. It is well, we have other that are more detailed, the gender continuum, but I think this just compares gender responsive, that creates just responsive to gender needs. And I think needs is a very basic concept. It doesn't talk about interests, about demands, which implies a more active political stand even. And gender transformative, that seeks to transform gender power relations and inequalities. Next, please. One thing that I think is also relevant for your region, and it is very relevant for my region, is the myth of gender transformations and cultural respect. And I think 3 years ago, we wrote even an article with another colleague and also a good friend of Sonal and myself, Fabiola Mariles, on this tension and this dilemma between cultural respect and gender transformations. I'm an anthropologist, and I would like to, I'm not sure Sonal also mentioned that, but I think that we have to be very clear that gender transformations imply addressing power relations, and that addressing power relations implies changing culture. So I think we need to be very transparent. So we need to rediscuss what does it mean to advocate for gender transformative approaches, for gender transformative evaluations, and at the same time to advocate for cultural respect. So we need to acknowledge there is a tension, there are dilemmas, and we need to be reflective on it, and just not to be very conscious that any gender transformations we want to advocate for and that we want to bring about mean cultural changes. Next, please. And one of the things I've been working a lot and sharing also in different spaces is the issue of gender competencies in evaluation. And while I'm not going to talk from a theoretical perspective on what competencies are and the new approaches to evaluation competencies, including gender competencies in evaluation, I would like to share with you some different personal approach to to changing our idea of the role of an evaluator. Actually, 2 days ago, we had a long conversation with Michele Tarsile on competencies. It was for the Mexican MOPE, and there was a lot of really new, very new approaches on what we need to know, what we need to be able to do, and also on the values and the attitudes of evaluators. So one approach and proposal here is that we need to move from powerful evaluators to empowering change, to an empowering change actor. So, and there we need to understand, here I said four important things: that people are subjective beings, that subjectivity is part of our humanity. We cannot really avoid it. We can be conscious, we can be reflective about it, but we are subjectives. That evaluations do not take place in a vacuum. As the first slide was saying, I was I could say I was very good person when I was doing this evaluation, this interview, but I was representing a history. I was representing a class. And of course, that was very clear also when Mr. Juan, his name, called me afterwards when he was in the city. He wanted to meet me. He wanted me to support him in his, his project, his business. So I think everything is very clear when it happens, but it's not always very explicit or visible. I think that evaluations, regardless of what we do or what we don't do, imply power relations, and that power is a tricky issue. Please move to the next one. So I think that when we think about our role as evaluators, we need to and we are open to rethink this role, to think as more, as I was saying, empowering change actors or facilitators. Then we have a challenge. We have the challenge of stepping back and stepping down. So here are some reflections that I want to share with you. Is that first of all, we need to acknowledge that we see and evaluate through the eyes of our history and environment. That our view of reality is always partial and slanted. We cannot avoid it. We can acknowledge it. We can make it transparent. We can reflect it, how it in a way intervenes in the evaluation relations, in the evaluation dynamics. But we cannot avoid it. That we represent power structures and relations. The gender expertise not necessarily contradicts machismo, patriarchal, and colonial attitudes. And well, I could share with you some interesting personal experiences related to this. That we are expected to be no more than the others, and that is a very strong power relation and power hierarchy. And that evaluator competencies seldom include self-reflection and awareness around power issues. And there, if we can go to the next slide, in 2015, please, the next, if possible, we did a small exercise. We were developing, it was an initiative. Actually, we also joined Sonal and Madri in South Africa to develop and to think about gender competencies in evaluation. And we did, actually we had done an exercise before with Fabiola Mariles to see, to compare and to map first and compare different competency profiles for evaluators. And we compared three profiles, and it was like the ideas of who and how was a good evaluator were completely different. There were maybe a couple issues on the more technical or methodological side that were the same, but actually the idea that these profiles represented, the ideas were completely different. And here's something about reflective practice as a competence that I really liked from this, from the Canadian Evaluation Society, which actually I think recently also updated the competencies profile, but I think it was very interesting. It was the only one that presented reflection as a competence, and it said exactly, aware of self as an evaluator, knowledge, skills, dispositions, and reflects on personal evaluation practice, competencies, and areas for growth. So I really liked and enjoyed, and actually I haven't had the time, but I'm looking forward what the updated version of the Canadian Evaluation Society on evaluation competencies looks like, and also the American Evaluation Association has been going through this process, but actually has been not, a bit more conventional from what I have seen. So we have to also discuss, and I think this would be a very, very interesting area of work for GENSA. It's like to think, what is our idea, let's say, a gender transformative evaluator? What are the competencies that are needed? What changes do we need to make in terms of the ideas and the offer, the available programs that that we use, where we have learned also on the whole idea on professionalization. So this is an invitation, and there we can also join forces, talking more from a regional perspective on thinking and real reflecting on who is a good evaluator today, and actually who is a good evaluator for the future, to transform realities, to make the SDGs happen, and to leave no one behind. To the next, please. So I wanted to also use this opportunity to share a tool that I actually presented, and I wanted to be very open on it, in Chicago at the conference of the American Evaluation Association in 2015, where we had a panel with Fabiola Marinles, and I built this. I was thinking, where exactly in a way lies power or hides power in evaluations. And here I have a proposal that I haven't really been continuing to work on. It was very well received. Maybe if you have any comments and later, or any feedback on it, and it will motivate me to pursue and further reflect on this tool. But I can share what it looks like. Please go to the next. My idea is, and well, I have also written about it, that in a way, power blindness in evaluations lies in four, let's say, areas, or four aspects of evaluations. One, if we start on the right, top right, it is about the idea we have of the others, right? When we relate, when whatever we call them, informants, beneficiaries, well, I think Sonal must have heard me, my strong reactions and opposition to the word beneficiaries, because from my perspective, it reproduces colonial and patriarchal relations. It sees the others as having benefited whatever it was. So in a way, from a subordinated position, but it is subject for maybe another conversation. So I think it also addresses in this how we perceive others in the role in evaluations, to this what I call respectful exclusion or paternalistic inclusion. So we talk a lot about horizontal relations. We talk a lot about capturing the voice of the women, of the most vulnerable groups. But we have to think a bit about what is the mindset, and from which side, from which position do we really do this? And again, I go to reflexivity, because that is something that I hope will be part of my life, and I try to work strong on it. Because we need to be better aware of our position and our even unconscious attitudes and behaviors. The other, if we go to the right on the bottom part, I talk about the context and the community. And here I think, I don't know how it is in South Asia, but in Bolivia, there is a trend to understand and to address communities as if they were homogeneous, to, in a way, talk about the community as one block, one group of people that don't have diversity and inequality. In Spanish, we have two words which stand for diversity and inequality, which are very similar in a way, that are diversidad y desigualdad. And there is also a bad habit in my region to use them to alternate and use either one for the same. But I think for me, one of the key issues, and it is a conceptual issue, and it is not so risky in English, is to understand that diversity is not the problem, it is inequality. So moving to the ethics part, well, ethics is one of my favorite maybe topics, and I haven't been working on it very much lately, but I think I would like to quote Andrea Cook in June, when we had a joint, there was some kind of activity during the evaluation week, and she said maybe we need to go to the basics. Oh, please, the previous one still. We need to go to the basics, and we need to maybe still think and work about ethics. I think ethics has become a very functional part of evaluation. I think we are not very reflective and conscious when we apply, for example, informed consent forms. And well, if you are interested, I invite you also to read an article that the title was Unethical Ethics, that addresses exactly this tension, and it is based on a real life experience where we had this ethical code coming from New York. It was not an evaluation really, it was a research process. And actually the trying to comply with this process and all the forms and everything was bringing us to very unethical procedures and tensions and dilemmas. So we have developed a tool that when we want to invite people, other than to be this black and white idea on ethics, to be very accountable on ethical dilemmas that they face or we face during evaluation and during also research processes, and to make very clear the tensions that we need to face, and that it be very transparent on the decisions that based on these tensions and very specific situations we make. And finally, the issue of indicators, that is another of my passions. I think we are in a way a culture that is success obsessed, that we evaluate, that evaluations are very focused on compliance, and that we are very sometimes very change or meaning blind. So this change of meaning blindness is very important. And as I was sharing with you this unethical ethics experience and well, the article, I can also share with you other experience where actually it was a very, very interesting topic. I have also written a bit about it, where actually that was a very big a public policy that was to allocate funding to rural women, credit funding, but the indicators of success were like the amount allocated and the number of credits. So because it was in rural settings, so it implied sometimes forcing women to sign, because the indicator of success was, yes, you had to allocate the money. That was the success. So it really vulnerated human rights. I had the opportunity to meet with the implementers and to do a workshop with them. And they were so, it was this role play issue, and they were so, wow, so evident and so clear that they were really pressuring and really doing the opposed things that the program was meaning. The program was to empower not only economic empowerment, but also to other in general empower women, and actually to comply with indicators. They were disempowering women. They were using the men, they were using the husbands to pressure the women. They were doing all kinds of things because the success indicator was related to the amount and the number of credits allocated. So sometimes we can have this kind of situations too. Maybe you can go to the next. And here just some examples of reality, from reality of what I was sharing you, just this idea you have to participate in the evaluation, and sometimes this idea that because we have favors there, we have supported your community, so you are forced, you have to participate, or sometimes language builds reality. So we have to be more conscious about the language we use. And here sometimes in NGOs, or very frequently, I have heard NGOs saying, oh, you have to interview my women as women because of this relation, because of this sometimes very long relationship and all the things that have happened. They are like, in a way, ownership of the NGO. Also this issue at the community level, that the evaluation can take place if the major or the main authority authorizes. This again puts many issues to discuss, and also the cultural issue and who represents the voices of the community. The ethical issue, we will sign a blank sheet of paper. This is a direct quote from a woman related to the experience that I was sharing with you with this Northern protocol, that and illiterate women and having women to read and or to understand the whole issue. And they were trying to tell us, we really trust you. So we will sign a blank sheet of paper, and you just continue with this issue. And from this other experience on indicators, the husbands helped us achieve our targets. And also this relationship evaluator and informant, which I think is sometimes a very functional. I'm not saying that we shouldn't have evaluation questions, but I think we need to challenge ourselves to develop conversations, and we need to listen not only to the answers that we want to hear in response to our questions, because there may be more important even issues that if we don't open the possibility for people to express their own priorities, to express their own things, and we just focus on very strictly following our evaluation questions, we may be missing a big and important part of the story. Next, please. And I think so just I think I'm about to finish. To challenge power structures, we need to hear some ideas and an invitation. Be skeptical about success and go beyond the indicators. To analyze the cost and effects of achievements. To strategize and be creative to reach excluded groups. To value internal criticism and dissidence. And actually in relation to that, maybe it is interesting to think that if we properly, really properly use, for example, informed consent to ensure ethical procedure in the evaluation, it would be great to have some people that do not accept and do not want to participate. Actually, that would be a very good indicator, and not only a good indicator in terms of all people have accepted to participate. To remember that others also play power games. That is also very, very interesting and very important. They are not only vulnerable or, subordinated people, they play their power games. To dig for meanings, not for answers, to observe more, to listen more, and to address technical rigor from new perspectives. I think the issue of rigor and credibility is a very important issue in evaluation, and we need to rethink, because here in a way, I'm also inviting you to think again about competencies, about evaluator competencies, about gender transformative evaluator competencies. Next, please. So this is the final slide and just an invitation, and I will just to dare to take off our glasses to see other things. So thank you very much, and just count on me whenever I can contribute, and I will be very open and very eager to learn also from you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Sylvia, for an amazing, inspiring, and thought-provoking speech. It's actually blown our minds. And you've given us so much of food for thought. And I think we'll have many ways to go forward, understand how difficult it is to transform gender inequity. But I also understood even better that we have so many common concerns. So for the global South, from South Asia, from Asia to Africa to Latin America, and there is scope for lots and lots of regional collaborations. Thank you very, very much, and appreciate your presence here today. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm going to move on now to, there are other WOPE leaders from the region here. So may I please invite from the Afghanistan Evaluation Society, Huda Mustawafi, and she was very eager to, the society was so happy to participate in this launch, and we welcome you. Huda?
Hello, good evening, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, very well. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. This is a great opportunity. Thank you for this great opportunity. I'm very honored to present here something. As you know, I am from Afghanistan. Afghanistan is among the most dangerous place for women. It was found. We at the Afghan Evaluation Society believe in the essential value that gender and equity focus add to evaluation. And still, we are not hopeless. When there is equality, our voices are influential. Here we are inspired by unique views and lead the narrative forward both on our walls and outside. Since its inception, AFIS is engaged in advocacy and activities for gender and equity. We work with government, civil society organizations, and other partners for the realization of women's rights. changing the current situation and including issues related to equal rights for women as part of the government policies. Our active participation in the Evolve for Action global campaign is part of these efforts. We are happy to align our national efforts with GENSA priorities. AFIS will contribute to network through building resources, conducting research, and providing support in terms of volunteer contributions. We are happy to be part of GENSA and looking forward to well-established network in our region and learn from you because we are not as mature as you are. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Huda. And I think we are all going to learn together. I really appreciate the fact that you accepted our invitation and provided us an overview of the situations and the issues that you're struggling with. We welcome you. Now, may I ask for the video to be played for Hur Hasnain. He is the founder of the Pakistan Evaluation Association and the Senior Evaluation Advisor for the European Commission, DevCo-S. And he sent us a video message, and because he's away on a holiday, but he wanted to share and be at the launch with us. So please play the video.
Hi everybody, this is Hur Hasnain, founder of Pakistan Evaluation Association. First of all, many congratulations on the launch of GENSA, a very important network in South Asia. Gender and equity-based evaluation has always been a big priority for the Pakistan Evaluation Association. We have been promoting it through various sources, including the Pakistan Evaluation Conference that we held last year. We will be very happy to be part of this network. We'll have a dedicated GENSA representative that will work hand in hand with Sonal and the team, and together we will promote gender and equity-based evaluation in South Asia and beyond. Thank you very much.
That was a wonderful message from Hur. Now may I ask Rajiv Nandi to say a few words. Rajiv wears many hats. He is the treasurer of COE South Asia, but he's also the associate director of ISST, and he will speak from that designation.
Thank you, Sonal, and hello, everyone. On behalf of the Institute of Social Studies Trust, I like to congratulate Community of Evaluators South Asia for launching GENSA. I must say that it's a very much timely intervention in the decade of Evolve for Action, and hope this network will make valuable contribution in the field of evaluation practice and will be able to generate excitement among the evaluation practitioners of South Asia and beyond. I also like to inform all the participants today that Institute of Social Studies Trust is committed to act towards bringing gender equality and enhancing the capacity of evaluation stakeholders through sharing and learning. With this objective, ISST launched an online community of practice in the year 2013 called Gender and Evaluation, which eventually became the online knowledge sharing hub for Eval Gender Plus. I must encourage all GENSA members to use this platform to connect with 4,000 plus members on the community, on this of the online community across the globe. Thanks and congratulations once again, COE and GENSA. Looking forward to collaborate and participate in the future events. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Rajiv. We, received lots of messages from thought leaders from around the globe, and I would like to present those messages. Could you please put up the slide? The first message that we have got, the next one, please. Yes. This message that we have got is from Florencia Tatosian, the co-chair of Eval Gender Plus and the evaluation specialist, UN Women, and from Svetlana Nekrusteva, co-chair of Eval Gender Plus, and we are hoping that we will be able to work together for advancing gender equality worldwide. We've also received a message from Florence Etta, who is the co-chair of Eval SDGs and the founder of ACTIN, the African Gender Network. And we hope that we will join hands with similar sister organizations around the world, in Africa, Canada, US, and South America. And then we can probably have real change in the not too distant future. We've also received a message from Adeline Sibanda, who is the co-chair of Eval Partners and the chair of the South to South evaluation. And she's the immediate past president of IOCE, the past president of AFRIA, and she was also a founding member of ACTIN, the gender network in Africa. And Adeline has given us wishes that we would be able to strengthen gender and equity focused evaluations across the world. So we are extremely happy that all of these thought leaders have taken so much of time and sent us these messages. Now what I would like to do is invite Alpakshi and Srijit to give more details of our work plans and give you concrete ways for our members to actively use and contribute to the platform. Please, over to you, Alpakshi and Srijit.
Hello, everyone. Welcome hope you all are having a great time in this webinar. Before moving ahead, can we quickly have a poll again? So we want to know so far what interests you the most in GENSA. Can we have the poll up, please? I hope everyone has taken the time to respond to the poll. Can we now look into the results of the poll? Oh, it is really nice to see that around 64% of you want to join the network to share knowledge through events, coffee breaks, and webinar. In this upcoming work plan that we will share, we will talk more about how we can contribute in the coffee breaks and the webinars. Thank you so much for taking out your time and responding to this poll. This is really helpful for us. Moving ahead, let's talk about the work plan. Given that the social, political, and economic structures and systems are perpetually evolving and changing, so will your needs. Thus, for GENSA to continue to provide relevant and progressive products and services for your changing requirements, we, GENSA, are reaching out to you, our members, for your help. So, what we plan to do and how you can engage. We want to make a strong network and that's why we request all of you from South Asia to come and join us in the network. Please look into the chat box where you will find the link where you can join us. You can also write to us at the email given below with any queries. We are really looking forward to increasing our membership. We will have 4 categories under which you can post. We will talk in details about the 4 categories in the upcoming slides. Write in the subject line when you want to post. You can contribute to resources like blogs, reports, resources, especially from the region. You can participate in various learning events, organize learning events, and also become task force volunteers. We want volunteers from different countries, so please sign up. Moving ahead, I would request my colleague Srijit to come up and take you through the 4 categories which I mentioned earlier. Over to you, Srijit.
Thank you, Alpakshi. Hello, everyone. Good to see you and thank you for joining. I'm taking you through our proposed activities and plans. So first, I'm talking about coffee break sessions. In this session, skill building, brainstorming, and other variety of activities will be happening. We are planning 6 to 7 sessions in a year. As of now, we are using the Google group platform to conduct this activity. But going forward, there might be some changes in the platform, but for sure, we will update you everything. Then there come the expert lecture session. We are planning to engage the GENSA members through the expert lecture sessions. Where the experienced professionals from regional and international will provide this session on different topics. Then comes the webinar. This will be the platform for more formal knowledge sharing sessions it will be conducted. We are open to accept your ideas. So please write us on our GENSA email ID, gensanetwork@gmail.com. So we also have some other extra activities, including discussion forums. Members can actively engage with each other through posting on the GENSA Google group. This means make a post, replying to a post, leaving the discussions, post queries to the problems, etc. Then we have start an issue-based discussion thread. Members can open up the discussion thread for an issue, problem, and seek discussion. Next comes the share knowledge products. You can share your exciting works as reports, blogs, document images, and multimedia files, so that we can share those important works through our network. Also, we have social media platform. Both members and non-members can join our discussion in the Twitter, Facebook, and other social media platforms. As of now, we have Twitter online, and our Twitter ID is @GENSA Asia. So I'm requesting you to follow all to our Twitter. So then comes the job opportunities, job and opportunities. So this is an opportunity hub exclusively for members. In this platform, members will receive information about the job opportunities, short-term assignments from regional and international, also the training events, conferences, which including self-funded and fully funded. Then comes the GENSA WhatsApp. So this will be the platform where you can connect with your members informally and share instant information on what's going on with you. For example, regarding the jobs, promotions, award received, participation in conference, or anything you would like to share. Over to you, Alpakshi.
Thank you so much, Srijit. So next we will talk about the proposed structure of the task force. So for all the activities mentioned earlier by Srijit, we will have a task force leading it. A task force will basically, to begin with, we will have 5 task forces: one for a discussion, one for events, one for job opportunities, one for WhatsApp and social media, and the other for knowledge creation. We propose to have minimum of 2 members in the task force, and at least 2 members will be leading the task force. The members who will be leading the task force will then become task force group leaders and will also be working with the GENSA coordinators. So this is how we propose to start the task force. However, we request your feedback on our proposed structure, and we request you to write to us in the email ID given in the chat box if you have any feedbacks or suggestions regarding our task force. We also welcome you all to join our task force, especially members from South Asia. We would love to increase our membership in the task force. Going ahead, our immediate next activity, we are announcing our first coffee break session. This will be conducted by Dr. Shyam Singh, who is the Associate Professor of IRMA, India, on the topic of social network analysis and gender, the practical steps. We are planning to hold this on August 21st at 6 p.m. Registration details will be sent through the GENSA Google group. Therefore, we request all of you who have not joined the Google group yet to please sign up to our Google group. We will keep on sending you updates of the upcoming events there. Finally, I would like to thank everyone for taking your time out, and I would hand it over to Sonal to give the thanking remarks. Thank you.
Thank you very much to all my volunteers, and I cannot appreciate enough that we have all our participants who have stayed beyond 7 o'clock and have shown their solidarity to us. Thank you very much. It is really my pleasure on behalf of GENSA. We would like to thank all of you present today, to our keynote speaker who have given an inspiring speech, to all our VOPE leaders who are present here today and have taken the time to be here, either to send a video message, text message, or to come live. Thank you. To all the GENSA members who have shown up with solidarity, to all the well-wishers from around the globe who are present today. I would particularly like to thank the COE board members who are present here, as well as our chairman. And a special thanks to ISST for providing us the platform for today's webinar. And of course, thanks to all our volunteers. Kindly, I would like to appreciate all of your presence today. And we hope that as we go forward, we build a vibrant and diverse community that represents South Asia. Thank you very, very much. So now I'm going to open up the question and answers and address a few questions. If we cannot address all of them, rest assured, we will do so in our Google group. So I think, Vijita, you have a question?
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot, Sonal, once again. And thank you so much, everyone, for patiently listening and attending this. I hope you all have found this useful. So we'll quickly take up a few questions. The first one, Sonal, is from Eric Atter. Are people from Africa accepted in the task force? He wants to know. I'm from Kenya and can I join GENSA?
Yeah, we really welcome the fact that you would like to join us. Currently, we are looking at those who have either worked in South Asia or who live in South Asia, who have worked on issues related to South Asia. So if you're doing any of these, you're most welcome.
Thank you. Eric, I hope that answers your question. The next one, Sonal, is from Manjula Pradeep. She's asking, we also need to have intersectional lens within gender. I hope intersectionality is recognized as an important aspect within gender.
Absolutely. I think that is why when we were thinking about the name for GENSA, we have said gender and equity, because we want to ensure that we address all the various intersectionality issues that are so critical to understand gender. A very good point. Thank you for that.
Right. There's one more question from an anonymous attendee. He's asking, I hope your concern was actually taken up. He wants to know about the GENSA strategy and network building of regional and global. I mean, at the regional and global level.
So we are hoping to do so. You saw a presentation from the RELAC representative as a keynote speaker. She was present here today. We also had Adeline Sibanda as well as Florence Etta. They are founder members of the African Gender Network called ACTN. We are in communication with the American, what they call them TIC task forces, as well as the European Evaluation Society. And we are also in discussion with the gender platform that Eval Gender Plus provides for us. So yes, we want to reach out and we want to contribute what South Asia, its context, its ideas, what are the challenges that we face, and we want to celebrate that, and we want to be able to formulate that in terms of both policy and practice. So we are very passionate about getting our voice on the table for the evaluation agenda. Thank you so much for that. I think we have gone beyond time. It's 7:18 now. And I must thank everybody here today again for being present, for being so wonderfully appreciative of the network and willing to participate in it. I cannot thank you enough on behalf of everybody present here today, all our GENSA members, all our COE members. Thank you very much. Wish you a good night, a good day, wherever you are in this world. Stay well, stay safe.